But what can we do looking forward? One of the big forward thinkers in cricket is Shane Warne. Shane is in the commentary box. Could we just play all Test match cricket with a pink ball, Shane, around the world, and therefore if there are floodlights, the players are in a better position to see it?
Yeah, thanks, Warne. It's been a fantastic discussion. I agree with just about all the points so far that everyone's made. I believe that there's a lot of these with the light. I think today is going to be a little bit different with the showers. I think it's going to be pretty hard to see some play today. That's due to rain and wet conditions not being great for either side. To go back the last few days with the light, I'd like to challenge the light meters. I think you should have the light meter at a certain reading and stick to it. I know there's flexibility in the law, but I think you want to be fair for both sides. So I think what we could do is, instead of having it light where it's not great, I think we could go a little bit lower than that. And I think we should actually challenge when we go off. Is it really dangerous right now, or could we actually play? I think we should be trying to lean to play. The other point is, we've got to remember that players, when we played, these guys are playing for their careers too. So yes, it might not be ideal, and yes, it's a different time and all those things, but you've got to remember there's a lot at stake for the players too, for their careers. So yes, it might not be ideal. So my first point would be, let's look at the light meter and let's lower what we think is too dangerous. Let's lower that, and then keep it the same for both sides. Re the pink ball. I reckon the pink ball should be used in Test match cricket, because it's not just here in England where we can see people go off for bad light. So if we lower the light level and we use a pink ball, when those lights come on and you've got a pink ball, it's a lot easier to see. Now, if that means pink ball during a day in bright sunshine, you can still see the ball easier. So I reckon what all the ball manufacturers should come up with and get the best pink ball possible. The ICC then say, right, this is the one that holds up under all conditions the best, and we're going to use this pink ball for Test cricket. That means, I believe, if we lower that light meter reading to a bit lower, where it's really is starting to get a bit dark, we use a pink ball for Test matches where the crowd and everyone can see it easier. I think we'll stay out there longer, because don't forget, these players are under a lot of pressure and it's their careers as well. So it's easy for all of us to sit up here and say, oh, why aren't they playing? But remember when we were playing out there too, where it is a career here playing sport, international sport. It's a dangerous sport. But just to reiterate and to summarise, lower that light level, lower that when we actually go off, when it's a bit dark, to it's really dark, it's now time to go off. Pink ball, and remember, sometimes these players are under a lot of pressure to play.
Absolutely agree with you on the players, as former players as we all are. But I'd just like to come back to you on one side of that, please, Shane. If the broadcasters lose interest and the spectators lose interest because people keep walking off and there's no cricket to be played, I know we're in the lap of the weather gods, then they won't have a career because there won't be any money coming into the game.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying stay out there longer. I think when we all played, and now is what we're all talking about, I think the light reading, yes, there's flexibility, but I think we're going off when it's not quite dangerous enough.
Right.
And then you can pick and choose, bowl spin, and we'll stay out there, and if it doesn't work, bowl quick. No, let's just lower it a little bit instead of whatever the number is where we went off in this Test match. I don't think it was that dark when we went off. I thought we could have stayed out there longer. So let's lower that light reading to when it is really starting to get dangerous, and challenge everyone to stay out there a bit longer to get that more play. But I think you should stick to whatever that reading is for the rest of the Test match. I believe that, because then it's fair and no one can argue and say, well, hang on, we stayed out there and that side was disadvantaged. I think we should keep that reading, whatever it is, and lower that reading and stay out there, and then that's the same for the whole Test match. Then there's no complaints from either side.